St. James Lutheran School in Northrop has fielded basketball teams for decades. This year's team is unique because it is not only one of the smallest they've ever seen, it's the most success they've ever had.
We've got a pretty special basketball team. They just rise to the occasion, it seems like. When they get down by a point or two, it seems like they kick it into another gear and they just refuse to lose.
St. James Lutheran can't even practice 5-on-5 with only 9 girls on their roster. That includes 2 8th graders, 2 7th graders, 3 6th graders, 1 4th grader, and even 1 3rd grader. Despite the smaller squad, the team was able to go to the Minnesota Lutheran basketball tournament and take home the title.
I think we have fun and we work together well. And when we work together really good, we win games.
Not only are the Panthers the state champions, but they're also undefeated at 27-0. With the national tournament around the corner, they don't plan to start losing now.
Well, we've been kind of scouting out the teams, and so I think we have a chance, but it really comes down on how much we want it.
The Panthers will load a bus later this week heading for Valparaiso University in Indiana, where they'll take on a field of 31 other teams ranging from California to Florida. It undoubtedly will be a David versus Goliath story for St. James Lutheran throughout the tournament. The Panthers school only possesses 44 students from kindergarten to 8th grade. Their first round opponent is from Pilgrim in Green Bay with a class body of 250 students. The Panthers might be outnumbered, but they don't plan on doing anything any different than they have the rest of the season.
I think for practice we've been trying to step it up a little bit, really trying to bring our game so we can be as prepared as possible. I think that my dad just kind of preaches defense as our winning strategy.
We don't get too big of heads when we face a team that we think we can beat. We just make them seem like a hard team that we need to prepare for.
And with 5 more wins, this tiny team will be impossible to overlook as national champions. In Northrop, Eric Lind. 1, 2, 3, News 12 Sports. Ashley Tuft is taking it easy this summer, serving up ice cream at Moondogs games. That's no heavy lifting compared to her normal schedule. Tuft just finished her sensational high school career at St. Clair, where she went to the Class A state track and field meet all 4 years. Her most recent trip to Hamlin saw a second championship in shot put with a throw of 43 feet 11 3/4 inches, and a disheartening second place in discus, beat by a foreign exchange student on the last throw. Still, another title was a good end to the season for Tuft.
It feels great. I really wanted to get that second shot put medal after last year coming in. Getting second was really important to come back my senior year and have a good final stand.
Tuft loves the competition in throwing, but says she only chose that activity in 7th grade because she didn't want to play softball or run in track. Her throwing coach, Tim Andre, says that was a good idea because she was clumsy and awkward back then, a far cry from her athletic talent now. Tuft says the credit goes to Andre, but he says it is the work she put in.
She's put a lot of time in the weight room, and she's gifted naturally with long arms and long legs, which the length really helps in the discus. And the hard work is really what's paid off the most.
Tuft's career as a Cyclone at St. Clair may be over, but her accomplishments got the attention of Division I programs. And next fall, she'll be a Cyclone once again when she joins the team at Iowa State.
It's really exciting. I knew I wanted to go on to do it. I just didn't realize I'd be able to do it at Division I level, which is even crazier.
Tuft had one more competition before starting her collegiate career, competing at Junior Nationals in Bloomington, Indiana earlier this month, where she finished 17th.
She did really well out there, and she got a chance to see how she stacks up, and she found out that she can compete at that level. She's just going to have to get stronger.
I'm so excited to get better and learn from all my teammates. I have 2 teammates up at the Olympic trials right now.
Tuft's goal is to improve at Iowa State and get a chance to compete for a spot on the U.S. Olympic team in 2016. For now, she'll just keep the workload light and enjoy the summer dishing it out at the Frank.
It's fun. The kids are so nice. The families are nice. I like my job because you never get cranky customers at a baseball game.
Eric Lind, News 12 Sports. You could say Vikings kicker Blair Walsh has some big shoes to fill. Or at least one big shoe, the one on his kicking foot. The 6th-round draft pick out of Georgia is taking over for Ryan Longwell, who finished his 6-year career with the Vikes with the 3rd most points in team history.
He was a big part of the organization, and I wish him best in the future. But I'm here to work and get better each and every day, and work with Cullen and Chris and all the other guys, and get a good rapport going and move on.
The good news is Walsh had a huge career as a Bulldog, setting the school and conference record with 412 career points. That is good for second all-time in the NCAA record books, but he doesn't feel the pressure for taking over for one of the NFL's all-time best.
I can't really think of it that way. I just got to think of having fun out there and doing what I know how to do and what I've been doing since I was in, freshman year of high school. I just got to go out there and perform and show them what I can do.
Walsh has been able to make the kicks at training camp and in the preseason, but special teams coordinator Mike Prefer says the true test will be if he can make them when they really count.
We won't be able to evaluate him until he's got a bunch of games under his belt. But if you're looking for consistency with any of those guys, so that's what I'm looking forward to watching with Blair.
Prefer has a more vested interest in Walsh's performance. He was the one who recommended to Leslie Frazier and Rick Spielman that they go a different direction from Longwell. He said it was to secure the team's future kickoff-wise and even field goal-wise. Walsh is ready to prove him right and be the next great leg in the league.
I mean, nothing's given to you in the NFL. I think you got to compete every day. You got to compete with yourself. You got to be the best. You got to be ready to go when it comes time for the season to kick off, and I think I will be.
At Vikings training camp, Eric Lind, News 12 Sports. The Fairmont Cardinals are getting ready for one of the biggest games in school history when they take on St. Croix Lutheran in Prep Bowl 30 Saturday for the 3A title.
It's an unbelievable experience. You don't get this anywhere else. I mean, high school football, this is what it's all about. State finals. We're facing the #1 ranked team in the state right now, and it's go time. This is our last game, win or lose, so the excitement's definitely in the air. You can feel it out there.
The Crusaders have 2 running backs that have over 1,000 yards rushing each this season, but the Cards are confident they can match up with the top-ranked 3A team in the state.
We've heard they got some good running backs, but we got good athletes, good line, good everything. I think we can match up pretty well with them.
Fairmont is coming off a big 21-9 win last Friday over Annandale. The victory wasn't so much the impressive part, it was how the Cards did it. Fairmont usually relies on their offense to win games, but the semifinal saw the Cardinals' defense actually do more of the scoring.
I think it'll benefit us a lot because our defense is peaking right now. We've been playing the best we've ever played.
It's a great feeling because our defense really struggled against Dassel and Glencoe in the playoffs, and they found a way to win both of those games. And they came out here in the semis and just played lights out.
Coach Mahoney says being in the championship is a surreal feeling after he grew up going to Fairmont football games to watch his grandfather as the head coach. Now his team is ready to win for him because they know how much it would mean.
I think it would be incredible to him. I know he gets comments on his grandfather or something, but this is something he can take pride in for this team. I know he'll remember this year, especially forever.
Fairmont's field is named for the legendary head coach and grandfather of their current head coach, but while he never won a state title, his grandson could be leaving his legacy this week.
To be able to go out and win it, not just for my family, but for the community and for these players would be just outstanding. I got a great coaching staff behind me here, and just to bring this home to Fairmont would be huge for our community.
In all fairness to the late Tom Mahoney, the current playoff system didn't exist while he was in charge, but his 256 career wins, including an unbelievable streak of 31 straight victories, puts him in Minnesota high school football folklore. A win on Saturday could put Matt on his way to joining those ranks and leave his outgoing seniors with the best end you can have to a season.
To go out on top would be a dream come true. You can't ask for any more than that. Only one team in the state wins their last game of the year.
This could be the last game I ever play football, so I want to go out a winner.
In Fairmont, Eric Lind, News 12 Sports.
All right, March, you're at Z.